looking at?
This is recording, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Black alert! This podcast contains scenes of violence, nudity, and coarse language. Listener discretion is advised. Boom. If you're looking for a podcast that names all the types of pasta that exists on this planet.
Yum. Or a podcast that takes you through each day of my month-long vacation, including the day I got the grumps.
Oh, what about a podcast that has coupon codes for all the types of pastas on the planet?
Oh my God, I want it. Or a podcast that can actually explain the theory of relativity. I was trying to find one yesterday and
questionable. You know what? Then this is just, that's what you want. This isn't the podcast for you.
Podcast.
I'm Sarah, that's Haley, and today we welcome the great guys from the Trek Geeks Podcast Network show, The Divine Treasury. Welcome, Mike and Jamie. Sorry in advance.
We're great guys. When did this happen?
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. It's happening.
Mike, we're on rewind. I'm so excited.
I know.
We're so excited to have you guys here.
Yes.
Before we get into the hot mess, we're going to take a hot minute and tell you about Fansets. You heard of them? Of course you have. They are thebomb.com, and they got everything pin related you could damn near want. Trek and stuff from other things like Harry Potter and you name it, they got it. DC Comics. And they have some of the pins from the Chicago Con that happened a little while ago. And they got Big Bang Theory and so much more. So head on over, support a great business that's just as classy as can be, and use our special discount code and checkout for a bitchin' 10% off your order. And that code is a 45-digit code unique to you. Just kidding. It's Trek Geeks in all capitals, one word. Fansets. Our pins have character. All right. All the boring stuff and all the important stuff is done. What is going on, Mike and Jamie? This is the roundtable. This is where we go off for hours about anything that's not Star Trek related. So let's start with Mike. What's going on?
Oh, well, Hi. I'm thinking that we need to hire you to do all of our Fansets spots, because that was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, ours are generally a train wreck. Generally.
How so? Where did you go wrong? You call it something wrong?
They don't sound natural. You know what I mean?
And when they do, there's a lot of stuttering, you know.
Yeah.
Fansets. Our fans have character? Shit.
Yeah. Nailed it. No, wait, didn't nail it.
I was very excited about Fansets release this last one, because that was the first episode of TNG I ever saw, was Future Imperfect.
They have.
Which means if you ever do that episode, you got to have Jamie on.
Right.
But don't make fun of it too much, because you might make him cry.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Special
Yeah.
to you?
You know, my brother made me cry when I watched that episode. So I was this young, impressionable kid, and I was trying to do this drawing and this nice story of Star Trek. So the first two things I saw was the motion picture and Future Imperfect. So I decided Spock was my favorite character, and I also liked all the TNG people. So I put them all on the bridge and I put Spock on there. And my brother said, "You can't call that Star Trek The Next Generation because Spock's on there." So I was devastated.
Oh,
I had to erase the Next Generation part and just call it Star Trek because Spock was on it. But little did he know that Unification was going to come out like a couple weeks later, and Spock was going to be on TNG.
It's Jamie Grock Spock.
You know? So
I bet your brother looked quite the fool when that happened.
Such a bullied me around.
You guys went to Chicago, didn't you? For the convention? How was
I'm
it?
still paying for it too.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And we're going to Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
We are going to Vegas.
Part of that's paid for.
I haven't even booked it yet. I'm still waiting. I don't know what for. Win the lottery.
Ugh.
I just don't like the flight options. Vegas is not far from where we are.
No.
We're technically hanging out in the U.S. if we really wanted to be technical about the line that's drawn, and it should only be like about 3 hours to like zip by flight from here to there. And everything I'm seeing is like, it's a 9-hour tour. Like, I'm like, I got to pack 3 meals. I get stuck in Calgary for 6 hours. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
A lot of layovers, a lot of
That is
crappy
crazy.
flights. Yeah. So I just don't like it because I want to have a really like convenient flight where it's like, oh, I can drive and drop off the dog at the kennel, which is right by the airport, and then hop on a plane and just, like 1 o'clock and show up there for dinner, not like midnight on the Thursday. Like, are you
Yeah.
give me a break.
Yeah, we made it out pretty well. I think our flight out, we have like a 45-minute layover.
No, that's not
Now the flight home's gonna suck because we leave at what, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, something.
So we'll get
like
back
that.
here at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
right.
Well, that's why I was like getting nervous. Like we had to book it because the flights just get really crappy after wait too long.
Yeah.
And then it's a 3-hour time shift for you guys.
Right.
Yes.
Which we did that last year. And yeah, I think I slept all day the day we came back, even though I was getting paid for work. I didn't take a vacation day.
No,
But,
no.
Nobody that I work with listens to this. So
Do you two go in together and you're sharing a king size? You get separate rooms? Were you guys traveling together separately? Tell me the whole.
First of all, we would never share a king size bed.
Oh, come on. Vegas,
That's what
baby.
you think.
It would be a stretch for us to share a room, I think. No, I've got Emily with me, so
Awesome.
I'm going to be sharing a room with her,
Mhm.
and then he gets to share a room with my dad.
Oh, fun.
It's all for economic purposes.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Does he insist on being called Mr. Bovia, or are you guys on a first name basis?
We're on a first name basis.
I think that'll change after this trip.
We all actually they stayed together in Chicago
we did
too.
in Chicago.
So
Fun.
Yep, we did.
Where are you guys going to
Yeah.
stay?
We are staying at
Harris.
Harrah's. Yeah, Harrah's.
Harrah's.
Because it's literally like 5 minutes from
Yeah, it's nothing.
it's like you can like walk to Bally's from there.
Awesome.
So
You totally
and
can.
it was cheap.
Well, and
Yeah.
I believe when I was talking to Sarah on Discovering Trek, she said almost all of that walk can be indoors through sky bridges and stuff.
Yeah, because if you're at Harrah's, that means there's a little walkway that goes right into the link, the old Imperial Palace, and then you you go right across the street there on like a no traffic where they have all those restaurants into the Flamingo, and then the Flamingo has a sky bridge that goes right over to Bally's. So
Perfect.
it's like 5 minutes on a Segway if you have a Segway, and that's like maybe a 20-minute walk. It's nothing.
Yeah, I said something to Emily the other day about, we'll get to walk inside. She's like, I want to see Las Vegas. I said, not at 96 degrees, you don't.
No, it's
Okay.
tries to kill
Yeah.
ya.
Although it's not humid like what you're used to
Yeah,
where you're at. It's
right.
quite different.
It's a dry heat.
It is a dry heat. It's
So
totally
I'd rather do 110 in Vegas than
Yeah,
do
me too.
90 with our
Yep.
humidity here.
But we
And,
were there for the convention one year, and like it started to rain, and it was like hot rain. It was like
Oh, yeah,
an
that's
outdoor
gross.
shower.
It
It
was a
was gross.
flash flood.
Yeah.
Well, it swept a dude away. They found
Oh
him,
yes, that's right. You were telling me about that.
like
Yeah.
several miles away. Ooh,
Lovely. God.
rip.
What else is going on? So you guys are working on your podcast. Tell us a little bit about what you got coming up for some future episodes of Divine Treasury.
I'll let you take this one.
Well, let's see. I have a list next to me of stuff that we started to discuss after Vegas last year.
Okay.
And then I ended up doing Discovering Trek Prodigy with Emily,
Yeah.
which turned into Discovering Trek Picard with Jamie and the crew,
Yeah.
which then turned into Discovering Trek Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
So I've been on a 30-week kick of Discovering Trek.
That's a lot.
And I think we've done, 2 Divine Treasury episodes in that time?
Yeah, pretty
Now-
much.
Fortunately, Jamie was on 10 of the Discovering Trek episodes with me, and he's going to be doing, you're doing 5, right?
Episode 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Spock Amok.
yeah, that episode's great.
Ooh, I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah,
Has
no,
that been
yeah.
released to everybody?
Edit that out.
I think the names are out there online already.
Yeah. Really good episode though. You girls will absolutely love it.
Which one?
Five.
I've seen the first 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was obsessed with number 4. I thought the 4th episode was great, but Haley hasn't seen any of them yet. She hasn't even watched Picard. So
I know.
Oh, boy.
Well, I've seen Picard season 1, but I've
And
only
the first
seen
2
the first
episodes.
2 episodes. Yeah.
Oh
So we
man, I
can't-
can't wait for her to watch the finale. I almost want to say like skip everything to go to the last episode just to see it, but also don't, because it's not going to be the same if you don't have the whole story of the season.
So we can't tell her that Picard and Q hook up in the 21st century.
And they
I'll tune
they
into
show you
that.
everything.
It's really hot and humid.
It's like an episode of Oz.
Not a whole lot of clothes on.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Oh, Captain.
I love
Captain,
it.
my
Captain, my
captain.
Captain, my captain.
Classic. Okay. I think we should just get right into it. Because I also onto my Trello board here, I threw in the Starfleet Welcome to Starfleet Academy Mad Libs. So
Awesome.
we might have to do this. So
We're gonna have to. That's awesome.
we're gonna have to. Okay, well, I sent you guys a synopsis, and I'm hoping that I sent the link properly and you got it with no problems.
Oh yes.
Oh, I got it.
Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
Now, Jamie, just so you know, Sarah said that we can ad lib off of it as well. So
I know.
So if you have stuff that you want to add, you need to throw that in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little offensive because we wrote it, and obviously you're already saying you don't like it and you want to put your own spin on it. But hey, whatever.
Oh no! This is to make it more offensive.
All right, I'll have that editing button ready. Just edit you guys both out the whole thing. Bye.
You guys are an explicit rating anyway.
You know it.
Yeah, we are.
I don't want to get canceled though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Culture is brutal.
Well, you might get canceled just for having the two of us on. That's the way Bill rolls.
Yeah, this is true.
Damn it, Bill. All right. Whenever you're ready.
So, what episode is this?
True Q.
True
Wow.
Q.
True Q. Yeah, that's right. Well, I almost said deja Q. That's why I had to stop and ask. All right. So before I start sharing with you the first half of this episode synopsis, please note that everything that's about to be said comes from my mouth and my brain. It was not Sarah or Haley who wrote it, but these are the words of me, Mike,
So scary.
Michael, Mikey Mike. So here we go. The episode starts off with Picard rocking his cool jacket. I'm not a regular captain. I'm a cool captain. That's what he says to himself in the morning when he has his tea Earl Grey hot. He's being introduced to some blonde chickie that Beverly seems to be gushing over. She's a Brainiac honor student. Now that's Canadian honor for those of you scoring at home, or even if you're alone. Who she looks at Riker kind of the way we assume Haley would look at Riker. Looking up one side, down the other, and saying, "Ooh, hello, nurse," which is a reference to a 90s show. And if you're that young that you don't know what that is, then maybe you should be turning this off now and going and checking out the Animaniacs. Riker is voluntold to take her to her quarters, and her awkward verbal foreplay consists of knowing where she is on the ship, exclaiming, "It's so big," when Riker enters her quarters. I mean, when he shows her quarters, and boring him with details of her animal farm back home. Riker dashes out faster than you can say puppies attack. And sure enough, there's a puppy attack on the Enterprise. And Amanda is the one controlling it all, making those puppies disappear. And now we're in sickbay. Crusher is rocking that blue jacket. And there must be something with the older people on the Enterprise and the temperature, because that must be something that they can fix, right? Or is this just like a hormonal thing for all of them? Anyway, she's boring the honor roll student with a task that involves scanning herself while listening to Crusher telling her sob story. My husband died. My son is at the academy, and I can't bed my captain. I mean, first days are awkward enough, but why is she doing this to her? So what's next? Probably a box of wine, a gab session about gluten-free pie crusts, and awkward first kisses. That would be my guess. The torture continues when Amanda is tasked with carrying containers to the shuttle bay when, it's the 24th century. We could be transporting stuff using that awesome Apple store that the Enterprise must have. Geordi is impressed with the fast facts that Amanda throws at him, but when he starts to talk to her, all she can see is that tall drink of water in the corner, Mr. Riker. There's got to be something wrong with this ship because there's always things falling from up above, and she saves him by doing her little finger thing and swooping those containers away. And Geordi and the two nerds in blue in the corner do the over the top rescue and safety check by saying, "Commander, are you okay?" Well, yeah, he's fine. And they must all be visually impaired, not just Geordi, but maybe he should have been using it to see if it was a ghost that pushed the container away. Well, now we fast forward to the ready room where there's a debate on who Amanda is after she managed to stop a warp core breach in engineering. Frankly, I'm thinking that she just created that issue so that she could stop Data from talking. Is she an alien? Riker asks. And Beverly assures the crew that she's human. But then Q arrives with a wink wink to Dr. Crusher and informs folks that she's a Q, like her parents were, who for some unknown reason decided that being a lame-ass human was funner than being a Q. Has anyone thought to check in with Amanda's adoptive parents? I mean, come on. Why is she being forced to talk to Dr. Crusher about her problems? I mean, why haven't we even brought in Counselor Troy to this? I mean, she's got to have a better answers for Amanda than Crusher does. Amanda wants to stay, and we become privy to the fact that the Continuum wants her to be destroyed potentially. And when Q tries to insist she go with him, she slams him up against the wall in a decidedly non-sexual way. Though if Riker was there, I'm guessing things would have been far different. And we'll get into more on that later. Q answers all her questions about who and what the Q are, but he does it in a very 90s white male fashion while standing way too close. To be continued, but the next time on Star Trek, The Next Generation. Amanda continues her boring stroll through Enterprise positions when she could just be doing God things. And speaking of Enterprise positions, she's got Riker somewhere where he looks like Jonathan Frakes in North and South. And we're going to find out what happens on Kevin and Winnie's big date on the conclusion of Star Trek, The Next Generation.
That was impressive.
I had to throw in the Wonder Years there.
I like it.
All right, full disclosure, what I'm about to say was written by me, for me, and no way was written by one of the ladies of Rewind. It's all work and no play for Amanda as she's tasked with mitosis or yortosis or something tosis related to plants and vaccines. All I want to know is, how can we fix Beverly's halitosis? Ayo. Amanda is distracted, conflicted, and unsure about what to do. Frankly, it's a no-brainer. Ditch the humans and become a god. I mean, for the snack options alone. Data has done some research. The parents of Amanda were killed in a freak tornado storm in Kansas. Are you sure there's no place like home? Again, Q does not take personal space into account and stands behind Amanda, which leads her to having a crane in her neck to see him, his hot breath, and her neck. Not ideal. He suggests hide and seek, and the two jump around the ship like a couple of yahoos, and Amanda's hand movements are on par with what we saw Brandon Fraser do at the Academy Awards. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Dressed in their best uniforms and with a fresh perm for Troy, the ladies hit up 10 forward for what could be a fun night. But instead, it turns serious with Troy. Unable to stop working for a damn minute, asks how she's coping. It's happy hour. Relax, ladies. Take off the uniforms. Riker struts on by, and Amanda is all over that shit, kidnapping him into a fantasy where he is on a date with some rando. Okay. Is anyone else concerned with the fact that, like, within 2 days of learning she's a Q, Amanda seriously considers using her powers to commit, like, sexual assault Sketchy. And worse than that, the fantasy is a gazebo on the bayou. We learned that the Continuum had her folks killed because they couldn't resist using their powers. And if Amanda wants to live, she has to make a choice: become Q or stay human and never use your powers. Not even if you just want a snack or make a bag of Doritos appear. She easily, without reaching out to her parents, yet again decides she wants to be human. And that resistance is not futile. She can avoid using her powers. She'll even prove it. However, this planet that this episode is helping, the one with the weird looking folks, bad air and environmental issues. Yeah, shit hit the fan and Riker's on the planet and he needs some help. Tension's getting thick. The story gets more and more dumb. Amanda, because of her lust she has for some bearded commander that she met less than 40 minutes ago, has allowed this information to determine the course of her existence. Women, I don't get it. Riker's sex appeal is not that strong, but what's done is done. She proved she can't resist the temptation. Saves the planet, saves the townspeople, saves the life of an older man who would probably just wine her, dine her, 69 her, and never call her again. Q is all like, told you so, and that's that. Amanda wants to make an announcement and plucks Beverly from sickbay to hear her little update. What if Beverly had been on the can? Attention, everyone. I got a very important announcement to make. Cannonball. Just kidding. I've decided to become a Q because, it's the smart choice. Sorry, Dr. Crusher. Women I met the other day, just for some reason, need to keep me informed on all my life decisions. And with her sassy pants on, she tells Q they finally got to go see her folks to explain everything. And that's, we got a new Q. The end.
All right. So I've got to say that the synopsis was far more interesting than the actual episode was.
That's usually the case.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I hadn't seen this episode in a long time, and it was one of my favorites when I was younger, just because anything with Q is always like a guaranteed, like Q or Loxana, I always thought were really just funny episodes, like super light. Watching this one back, it was so much. I was like, one, way more boring than I remembered it. I found this episode really boring. And then I just couldn't help but the whole, I'm going to abduct Riker and then control him to make him want to make out with me. I'm like, that is so not okay. That is so, because imagine if it was pages were flipped and it was a guy doing it to a woman, it would have been like, shields up, red alert, right? And so it's like, why is it okay if she does it? It's not. And that's so the 90s right there.
I'm okay with it because it, like you said, it's the reverse of everything that we're used to seeing. So shoes on the other foot for once in
but women
a
are
lifetime.
just as predatory as men.
Would Riker really reject her though? I mean, come on.
He was trying to. I mean, she was.
He's a man with he's a man with a constant boner. There's no way he would turn her down.
Well, let's see. How old is she? If she's a teenager, if she's a teenager, then I see why he's doing it. I'm sure they have rules. I
think she's got to be 18, 19, or 20. I don't know. They never say, but
if she's age of consent, then I agree with Jamie.
Anything goes.
All over that.
It's funny though. I was watching this episode and I was like, "Ooh, puppies!" in the beginning. And that was the most exciting that I got throughout the entire episode was the puppies.
Well, I was wondering why Barkley wasn't included in her fantasy. I mean, that's right up his alley.
For sure. Yeah. They probably just couldn't get him for, that day.
Yeah, she'd be trying to tempt Riker and Barkley would be trying to tempt her in the same holographic simulation.
Oh man.
Well, no, he'd be off in the gazebo with the goddess of empathy.
I protest. I am not a married man. I need more Q.
Jamie, I'm wondering what's a bayou?
Bayou?
That's a good question. I'm not from the South.
I mean, is that a Rhode Island thing? Because I always thought it was a bayou.
Whatever. Whatever, Mike. No comment.
Haley,
I was trying to read it fast.
Yeah, you did great. You both did great. It's not easy to read something on the spot or a couple minutes before, especially when it's somebody else.
What do you mean on the spot? I wrote that.
You wrote that.
I know.
That means right. Come on. Oops.
Are you calling us liars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
What, like seriously?
Seriously. So sorry.
Seriously.
Sorry, I was liar. So
Serial.
sorry.
You know, for me, it was hard to see through my seething jealousy to enjoy this episode because, you know, she's connected to Q, who, you know, as we all know, my first husband. And she's hitting on Riker, which just makes me see
Second
red.
husband. Yeah.
Second husband.
Yeah.
First removed. Yeah. But this used to be one of my favorites when I was younger, and so any Q episode is a gem for me.
Jeez, the only thing that would have made this harder for you is if Wesley Crusher was in it and she was hitting on him too.
Oh man, that didn't happen. I'd have to be throwing fisticuffs. Back off. Would you guys say this is a see it or skip it? Because Bill said skip it. He said this is his least favorite of all the Q episodes, even though it does a fine job of reestablishing Q as a serious threat and not comic relief. But Dan said see it. I'm going to give this a see it for the Q aspect. And by that, I mean Delancey. He saves this episode. I'm not a huge fan of Olivia in this. And the wavy hand thing she does to use her Q powers is so freaking annoying. I did like the effect of the other Q literally being a shadow on the wall in one scene. It was creepy and cool.
See, that sounds like Bill throwing out all the words. And it really sounds like Dan. However, I need to disagree with Dan. The hand gestures like make it for me. You know, not everyone can do the snap.
True.
I mean, that should have been like part of the casting though. Like, can you snap to be a Q? Right? Don't you think? Like,
yeah,
that's not what I mean. I mean, like, not every Q can do the snap. We know that what's his face, the guy from
Corbin Burnson.
No, from the Voyager one.
Oh,
he did. What does he do?
Spencer Garrett, whatever. Yeah.
No, not Spencer Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
Spencer Garrett is Simon Tarsus.
Q's son.
Oh, that's right. No, Q Jr., right?
Yeah, played by John Delancey's son.
No. The Q that kills himself.
Oh, yeah.
Quinn.
I'd kill myself too if my name was Quinn. I'm just kidding. Yoicks.
This is the entertainment that we come for.
I don't know. I liked this episode a lot more when I was younger, but like watching it now, I'm like, oh, this episode. I feel like Q is like extra obnoxious in this episode. Like he just like takes it up to like another level, and like Troy's hairstyle in this is just terrible too.
Oh man, she looked like she got electrocuted.
It's like it's brutal.
Yeah,
I mean it's like a typical day on the Enterprise. So barrels falling on Riker, warp core breaches. I mean, just a typical day. I don't know.
I felt it was a really someone's forcing us somewhere that we have to give more lines to Gates, and so we're gonna make this a Gates heavy like this bond. And I'm like, no, like that's why I keep bringing up the whole like Amanda's got a set of parents. She was adopted young, raised by them, and she's meeting this midlife crisis of life about who she is, and she's talking to Beverly, her technical kind of boss, like. Excuse me for a minute, but like I don't need you telling me your sob story and all your like. Can I phone a friend, please? Because there's some shit going on. Right. Like it just is like forcing. I don't know. Beverly is just. I like Beverly and I like Gates, but in this, I just found it to be like just step off. It
wasn't a good fit.
The best part of the episode was when Q turned her into a dog.
Yeah, that was funny.
And, not to say that Gates is a dog. No. I like the comedy that surrounded it. That's all.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what's good about Q.
Because she's a bitch, right?
And she was definitely
like female dog, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
She was like definitely swearing in that little sequence too when she was barking.
Oh yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Wearing up a storm. But like what I was asking myself is like if a hurricane or tornado or whatever just like destroyed her real parents, like where was she? Was she just like in a barn somewhere? Like
she was in the storm shelter.
Yeah, but like
the storm shelters. Yeah, the storm shelters that they don't have because they have the weather control.
Yeah, but wouldn't the continuum just kill her too? Like, why would you let her live? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Was she just?
Well, then we wouldn't have had the story, Jamie.
Well,
I know. Geez.
Yeah, then
God.
this episode wouldn't have happened.
Man,
We wouldn't be here right now.
No.
Okay.
who invited him? God.
Blocked on all accounts. All right. I have some would you rathers. And I'm going to start with Mike to Haley to Jamie.
Okay.
Would you rather be given Q powers for 24 hours but have no memory of it after? Or would you rather have Q powers for life, but it won't cost much? Just your voice.
Oh, I'll take the Q powers and lose my voice. That's not an issue for me whatsoever.
Could I use my powers to bring back my voice?
Yeah, you found the secret answer. Yeah.
I would be worried about having powers just for 24 hours. I'd be like, who put all a lot of things would be on fire when I came out of it, and I wouldn't know why.
Yeah.
I don't need my voice. I'll learn sign language.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't need my voice. I would take
I'm a Q. Why do I have to talk?
a lifetime supply of powers.
I'll use telepathy
There you go.
somehow. We all have chips now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You want to edit that one out?
Okay. You have all been given the powers of Q right now. What are the first three things that you would do, Jamie?
Let's see. I'd probably give myself a never-ending supply of money first. Just
Oh man,
money that never ends.
You pay for the stuff on his wall.
Yeah. Boy, this is a tough one. Ooh. Go to somebody else. I got to think about it.
Oh my God.
Go to somebody else.
Mike.
Wow. What a quitter.
Yeah. So disappointing.
All right. Three things I would do as a Q. Let's see.
Right now, life as you know it, you've got the power.
You know, I have to say that I would bestow upon Dan Davidson the ability to speak the English language properly.
Oh,
That's
nice
number
of you.
one. Let's see. Number two.
Stop sucking up to our
That wasn't
network
sucking up at
runners.
all.
Yeah,
That
it
was
is.
making fun of him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Lame ass answer that you have.
Let's see. Number two. I guess I'd give Jamie his ability to have all the money, but I'd make sure that I had some too. And let's see. Number three. How about lifetime massages? I'll take that.
Ooh.
Careful what you wish for. Who's giving it to you?
I don't want any
Jamie,
more.
I use my power to make sure that Jamie has to
How
give
hot is it going to be during
life.
Mike? How hot is it going to be during those massages?
Oh my God.
Like humid?
Okay.
No comment.
Haley, you got
You don't want it
powers.
to be cold. You don't want it to be cold. I was in the pool. So I went a completely different way, like immediate satisfaction, which is like bag of salt and vinegar chips.
Mm.
So that's the first thing. Second thing, I don't know about you guys. Gas is just outrageous right now. So I filled my car up, $0. And then I'd give the Amazon Prime truck a little push because my latest order is not going to arrive till Thursday. That's a long ass time, especially when you pay for 2 days shipping. That's all for me. I don't know. Don't give me unlimited power.
She's looking very short term.
There's going to be a lot of fire going on.
Well, I mean, this
don't
is
know.
it. Like, you have Q powers. You can do anything you want for the rest of your life. So it's like your top three. What would you do automatically? Like for me, I would just snap my fingers and it's like, boom, I'm right there next to Haley on the couch, giving her a big hug. Haven't seen her in person in forever.
Yeah,
And I'm eating someone for salt and vinegar chips. Yeah, I'm going to get on those. So that's number one. 2, I would probably snap my fingers, and anything that I don't know that might be wrong with the house or the foundation or something, all fixed. Like everything's
Drain
just
tile.
oh yeah, and don't need to buy Drano. All the clogs, like all the are gone. Like all my hair in the sink is gone. That'd be pretty good. And then I'd probably instantly. I could go for some pizza right now. I'm not gonna lie. Go for like a nice Chicago deep dish, bacon wrap deep, like something really dirty. But because I have magic powers, it's like 0 calorie. I've actually lost weight by eating it. That'd be perfect.
You know, I think I'm going to change my second one because I don't want to give Jamie the money. I think
Mm.
what I wanted, since, you know, he made fun of me for my first pick.
Yeah.
I think I want to rock the cool Picard jacket because I want to be a cool captain and not a regular captain.
That jacket right there. There you go.
Yeah, I've got one over there.
I thought you were gonna get like mean and you're gonna say I would wish for all of those collector cards behind Jamie now be in my house.
Oh,
I don't have the space. I don't have the space for that.
I don't
You
have the
have
space for it
unlimited
either.
powers. You'll have the space for it. There you go.
All right, I got my three. So
All right, here we
the
go.
money, a transporter, and a holodeck.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There's my 3.
Jamie's thinking long term.
Holodeck would be like goodbye world. I'll never see any of y'all again. I'm
Yeah.
I'm going full Barkley day 1. I will have seriously injured myself. I'll need an MRI.
And I'd have enough lower deckers to clean it up.
That's what I was going to say.
When
Who's
I'm
going
done.
to clean the filters?
Yep. Don't
You
worry.
like emerge after years. Your beard is like to the ground. You're just like super skinny because you haven't really eaten anything.
Like the
Jamie's
end
the
of
next Howard
passed
Hughes.
away.
Don't go in there. Yeah, Howard Hughes. I said hop in.
Oh man, awesome. Okay, so we're going to do a last Q edition of Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Okay.
For the guys, I'm not going to be mean and give you like you choose Q, like obviously. Yeah. You have Amanda, Dr. Crusher, and Troy.
Ooh. Oh my God.
I would kill Crusher.
Yeah, I think I would too. I think I would too.
Fuck
You're a
Amanda
favor with
and
that hair.
marry Troy.
And I'm with Jamie. I'm sorry. I cannot
I gotta
separate
change
from
Troy's
that.
hairstyle. I'd use my Q powers to change her
Don't you
hairstyle.
think that you'd trade in the I can read your emotions for a widow who's probably really wanting it?
Nah.
Yeah, no.
All right. Sorry, Crusher. Haley,
She's kind of a bitch. I don't know.
I
has
do not.
moments.
Yeah.
but she can dance. Can she dance? She can dance.
She can dance.
She
Hey,
can dance if she wants to.
She can dance. She can jive.
She's better than Pulaski.
Pulaski.
Pulaski, I hardly knew her.
All right, Haley. Same question, but it's Amanda, Dr. Krishna. Q, Riker, Worf.
Oh no. Okay, well, I would. Oh no. Okay, this sounds bad. I would kill Riker because he.
What?
I know. Yeah,
What?
he's.
Somebody take a screenshot now.
It's. Well, hear me out, because obviously I need to go to bed with Worf. Like, it's a once in a lifetime. I want all my limbs broken.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. And then with Q, like, just imagine the possibilities. First of all, he could turn into Riker anytime I want him to. He could also turn
show
into
you
Worf.
the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I care about Riker so much, and I like him with Troy, that I don't want to get involved in that.
Two
Man,
brothers.
Haley's taking the high road here.
Yeah. Also, Wesley's there in the back somewhere.
Maybe your sex tape.
Oh my God. How did you know?
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
You just got tomahawked.
Oh man.
Sarah, back at you.
He's watching with his coffee cup.
Good take.
Have you guys seen the Adult Swim on the Next Generation?
No.
Oh God, Picard is in his captain's chair and he's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
sleeping.
see that one.
He's like,
Oh, Beverly.
oh Beverly, Wesley. Oh, you want him to watch? Make it so.
I'm going to say the same as Haley with regards to Worf for sure. But I'm going to switch up the other ones just to be spiteful because I'm just going to say that cute. No one should have those kind of fucking powers. So you're dead.
There you go.
You don't deserve it. No one deserves that shit. You're out. That's just
we could double date if you keep them alive.
Sure.
Well, and if you still have your Q powers, you can bring back all your limbs after they're broken too.
That's true. No, I want to have to heal for months just to remind me of the. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get a pen and do these Mad Libs. Who wants to do the?
Yes.
Who wants to give? Actually, we'll take turns between the three of you giving me what I need. Okay, so I need someone.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Hello.
Giving me what I need.
You got what I need. Okay, can't do that. Don't have any money. Haley, give me a verb.
Jitterbug. It's a dance.
Yes, I know.
Okay, and now Jamie, a verb ending in ing.
Playing.
Okay, and Mike, how about a plural noun?
Plural noun. Ships.
And Haley, a number.
37.
I know what that number represents. And Jamie, a noun.
Fudge pie.
And Mike, can I get an adjective? Fudge pie.
Oh my God. I'm not sure where I could go from there. Oh man, an adjective. Oh man, sticky.
Oh God.
Okay, Haley, how about a type of liquid?
Ooh, Fresca.
How about a fresca?
Fresca is great.
Can I get a verb, Jamie?
Slipping.
And same verb. What does that mean? I say slipping again?
It's the same verb.
Yeah.
I need a noun then, Mike.
Okay, good. Oh, let's see. Gazebo from our episode.
The Bayou. Haley, an article.
No, that's Bayou.
Bayou.
Jumpsuit. Oh, that might be like relevant though.
Yeah. Not too late. I need a color. Color, Jamie.
Purple.
Purple.
How did I know that?
And Mike, give me two adjectives. Let's get this moving.
Oh, God. Two adjectives. Let's see. So I already went with sticky. So let's see. Let's say blue is one of them. A color is blue. And the next one we will say is slimy.
A plural noun, Haley, and a celebrity.
Apples. And oh no, I don't like him right now. I don't like that new show. How's about the guy from that? Alec Baldwin.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
I just started 30 Rock.
Oh, okay.
Okay. don't read the news. And somebody quick yellow plural noun.
Plural noun.
Balls.
Pearl noun.
Perfect. Balls. Okay. So let's see if I can do this and read it well. Mad Libs, welcome to Starfleet Academy. Before you set your phasers to jitterbug, you've got a lot to do before playing Starfleet Academy. First of all, you'll have to leave your old ships behind if you're going to spend 37 years in space. You need to start with a clean fudge pie. Second, get ready to work. It's not all exotic, sticky aliens and Romulan frescas. You need to slip and to slip hard. Eventually, you will be divided into groups and given a gazebo that determines the color of jumpsuit you'll have to wear. Pray you don't get a purple one or you're as good as blue. But life at Starfleet Academy is not slimy all the time. You'll meet all kinds of new apples. And remember, hotshots such as James T. Kirk and Alec Baldwin have passed through these balls. You could be next. Welcome to Starfleet Academy. Passed through these balls. That worked out so well because it would have been all
So worked out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow, that's painful. I want to do this every single episode. Like,
Oh, yes.
Haley and I are going to use the same script and we're going to something every time. It's like 2 years later, we're still doing the same Welcome to Starfleet Academy Mad Libs.
Your
And it gets
jumpsuit
funnier
is
as we do.
green. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, let's do
I don't
some
want
fast-
Alec Baldwin passing through these balls, though.
No.
No.
Me neither.
Okay, so we've got some fast facts. Haley, are you
Yeah,
in the Trello there?
I am. Do you want me to start us off?
Sure.
Did you know the premise for this episode came from a script written and submitted by Matthew Corey, who was just 17 years old at the time?
What?
That makes a
originally-
lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It was originally titled Cue Me.
Oh, Chris. In the premise submitted by Matthew Corey, Amanda was a male. This was in hopes that Corey himself would be cast for the part.
I would have done the exact same thing when I was 17.
Nice try. Yeah, totally.
It would have been really bad. When Dr. Crusher has Amanda test the tricorders on herself, she holds the first one backwards. You're fired.
You're fired. After the
You're
warp
fired.
core breach.
Or like, you're hired.
Yeah.
Michael Scott.
Oh,
You're
how I
hired.
manage. After the warp core breach, when Dr. Crusher addresses the senior staff, she enters the room and says, referring to Amanda, he's a little shaken up, but she's going to be fine.
Oh, come on, Gates.
Cut.
Get her out of here. Dr. Crusher tells Amanda that Nurse Ogaba would assist her to take the tricorders down to the shuttle bay, yet we see her lugging the 2 cases of tricorders on her own. Come on,
Now I had
Noah.
something better to do.
It's such a bullying thing. Oh, she'll help you. And then 2 things. Anyway, obvious stunt double for Q, and Amanda hurls him across the room. I mean,
Oh, well, yeah.
we're not even surprised at this point.
No.
Was
That's
it?
There wasn't
Was
a
it
lot.
Jonathan Frakes?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
What kind of a question is that? Okay.
Down.
Any last thoughts on this episode? What share with me. What do you guys think?
Lowe's.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel like Jamie did. Like, you watch it as a young, tween, teen. It's not bad.
Yeah.
You get older, kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's kind of ungrateful, given that
Yeah.
she's been given the opportunity of a lifetime. But I want to spend the rest of my life tricorder scanning myself with this doctor who's insufferable and just trying to hook me up with her son. Take the powers and run. Take one look at Q and be like, I'll go anywhere with you.
And I found it kind of tough as a tween at the time that she's on Next Gen and she's on Wonder Years at the same time.
Right.
Tough to separate.
Very confusing. All right. Well, that does it. That is it. That is our episode. Tune in next time when we break down Move Along Home from Deep Space Nine with Bill and Dan during the month of June, our birthday month.
Birthdays, Geminis.
Okay. Until then, remember that you can subscribe to Rewind by searching for us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or the Home Shopping Network. Haley,
Podcast.
podcasts.
if you enjoy what we're doing here on Rewind or what the other folks are doing on the Trek Geeks Podcast Network, please consider supporting us on Patreon. As a subscriber, you can get access to the unedited recordings of episodes, yoicks, as well as exclusive content and great subscriber rewards, like our annual supporters pins from Fansets and our exclusive Trek Geeks Podcast Network t-shirt, among other things.
Thank you so much, Jamie and Mike, for joining us today. It was so fun to have you on. Make sure check out their show and give them a hell of a hard time on social media. Where can people find you?
Well, let's see. The show is Divine_Treasury. I am at Trek Legacy.
I am at JMROG84.
And that's for MySpace? Or is that for
Twitter? That is Twitter.
It's actually bolt.com.
Yeah.
All right.
That's on AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
We would like to take a moment to recognize the following amazing folks who helped make this possible. Bill and Dan, because we just feel obligated now to say it every time, so we just still do it. Patreon. Thanks, Patreon.
No, not
Patreon.
Bill and Dan.
Oh, I know. Patreon, though, they give us their money, and therefore we love them, and they're very supportive. 5-Year Mission, because the music, I mean, what else would it be? Just me with like a goddamn melodeon recorder. So thanks, 5-Year Mission, as always. Fansets, thank you guys, everyone in the world. John Delancey, if you're listening.
Oof.
I'll see you in Vegas. What did you think of this episode? Yeah. Hit us up on Twitter. Give us your thoughts. We're at Trek Rewind. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe
Olivia Dabo too,
if you're gonna be nice.
in Vegas.
Yes.
And that's it. Haley frequencies closed to infinity.
You can't even